to teach what I call the progression of knife fighting. As Aubrey comes to stab me, per se, my main concern is moving my body out of the way. I control the hand with my hand on this side, because if I do this way, he can cut this angle and come to attack me, which isn't really the greatest place to be. So as he comes to attack, my main concern is getting out of the way. The second concern is controlling the hand. If I want to control it, step in, keep the center of gravity away from himself so that he can't fight me, keep the knife away. If I want to do an arm drag takedown, I can take it away and stab him if I want to, but time permitting, we won't do that. So as he comes to stab me, I move out of the way. Another thing that we can do is to come across, pulling him out. Again, we always control the body by the head. If we choose to finish our opponent, we may do so. Another variation is as he comes and we're moving out of the way, he may come to pull the knife back, and as he does, we come through here again, taking him down, finishing him off if we chose to. From here, come to slash. I explode in, stopping the hand. I don't want to get hit by the hand, so I either pull this hand out to push the knife towards him, or move out of the way again, sticking our opponent. Now, why we call this a progression of knife fighting is not just a matter of a progression of physical techniques, but it'll teach a completely different way of understanding the knife. From when first somebody learns these defensive techniques at first, they think, oh, this is great. I'm going to take the knife away from somebody. So in this situation, Aubrey's going to do the techniques to me. So I come to stab Aubrey with the knife, and as he goes around, I hit him around and then I slice him. I have control of him as I finish him off. So pretty much if somebody does have a knife and they know how to use it, that's why we call it the progression. When you first learn defensive techniques, it's great. You're relying on the fact that somebody doesn't really know what they're doing when they're coming to attack you, sort of leading off and stuff like that. But through the progression, you learn, after you learn the defensive techniques, you understand how they work. And doing so, as he comes through to do an attack on me, allows me to do, I didn't want to do the exact same one, so I'll come back in here. As I stick the knife through his armpit, maybe slice him here, take the tendon, slice it out. So I can do many things from there if I chose to. If you do it different, again, from this point of view, he's pulling the knife towards me. So anybody who knows my back leg is going to go with this. And as it does, I'm going to slice him up again. A bit more. So as the progression goes, see, I come to slash him. And he does the technique again. From here you think, oh, I'm going. But when I do, I'm going to duck out the knife, and I'm going to throw him across. And again, he's going to get the knife. So it's important to see what we call the progression, meaning you progress the way you think about the knife itself. Most people, they'll learn some defensive techniques and think, great, somebody comes at me with a knife, I'll be able to defend myself. Now, if that person who came at you with a knife also knows the defensive techniques, he's going to utilize that motion and work the knife against you. Most of what we've done here are considering, if I was to attack him with the knife, I wouldn't lean forward. I wouldn't actually come anything like this. If he's in a defensive position and I'm coming from this position, he might not even see that I have a knife. That doesn't really matter to me. If he thinks that he can trap me, as he goes to trap my hand, he still is going to get the knife. If when he comes to trap me, and I wanted to, with a circular motion, uncrosses the cross, right? So he's not going to be trapping me. If I come to stick him with a knife, there's going to be nothing he can do. Like, it's just not going to happen. I have my choice. If I chose to hold the knife in this position, the same thing. If I come slicing in like this, he can have a defense against that because he's working on the inside. If he went to the outside, he'd get the blade. So he knows that much. It's very important. So since I know I'm limiting the angle of my attack by the way I'm striking, when I do come to strike him, he's gone. Now if I want to hook him back up and take him again, he's gone again. So usually I don't hold the knife this way, but sometimes we wish to control him. So as he, actually, from this point of view, I want to get outside. So whether I come up and take him down again is my own choice. If I come here, when I come to stab him, I have to look at what he can do. So I come across that angle of his attack. Since I have him with my reverse, so I'm checking his knee, and then again, he's out. So why we call it the progression is to say that if you start doing defensive techniques with the knife, and you might think, oh, this is great, and if you actually go out and get in a confrontation with somebody who knows how to use a knife, you're going to put yourself in a bad, vulnerable situation. So if my opponent actually, when he comes from here, when he comes to stab me, I have to check that angle. Before, if you notice, when he was holding the knife the other way, I went to the outside. This time I had to come this way. The knife has to face him always. If the knife comes around and faces me, this is no good for me. I have to let it pass by. Always, no matter where the knife goes, if it's facing me here, I have to let it pass by. Any situation where the knife faces, you don't fight it ever. Because somebody jerks in and you're cooking, you're wearing it. So right away, you have to develop an awareness. You say, this knife is coming this way. Instead of fighting it, let that knife go. From this position, then it can come inside if you choose to. If I wanted to get him into the kidneys, he would really be tapping good on that one. If he comes to attack, and as he does, I'm on this position, the knife is going to get me. So I have to get me. That's right. Now we're in the position again where the knife is going to get him, not me. I can say, that's good, I don't even have to touch the knife. It's nice. If, for example, go back to this. If you're a back slicer, so again, you have to come in, watch it, because the wrist has a lot of angle. If I wanted to come across here, he may want to come that way to guard himself. If he comes that way, again, he's going to tie himself up and come through a walk. You always have to put your hand over top here, because when people are getting stabbed, they loosen their hands and the knife comes through. So we push this way. So when we teach this, it's usually a 16-hour process where you're using all the defensive techniques. Somebody comes to attack you and you're taking it away and moving it from somebody. And after they get to a point of confidence in doing what they're doing, and feeling that what they do is effective, that's when we sort of show them that if you try this stuff on the wrong people, it's not effective. They're going to use that against you. So that's what we mean by the progression. Keep saying it over and over because it changes the way you think. You think that you're doing defense, and then later on you're saying, hey, the best defense from a knife is you better get far away or have a bigger weapon. It's like wars are won through superior firepower. That's what they say in the military. So if somebody has a weapon, you want to have a better one. When you take self-defense, you want to know something that the next guy don't. So some people might think it's honorable and fair But the whole concept is to know something that the other guy doesn't. But I'm being wrapped up now, so if anybody has any questions afterwards, you're welcome to talk to me.